Hi, it's Miss Asia. I'm the teacher for Musters, and today I was going to show you guys how to practice some concepts of print. This is something that's assessed possibly would have been at the end of this year and beginning of kindergarten. And these are things that we do in class. Well, the first part is, we haven't really gotten to the second part, but I wanted to show you guys. The first thing we learn is parts of the book. So I asked them, what's this? Front cover. What's this? Back cover. What's this? Spine. And then I say, what's this? Title. And then a lot of them can see the smaller writing, and I'll ask, what is that? And they'll say, the author. What does the author do? The author writes the story. And sometimes there's even smaller print where there's an illustrator. So you can ask that too. What does the illustrator do? Draws the picture. A lot of them will say writes the picture, but they don't write pictures. So just make sure that that's the correct answer. And then I ask what this page is. So this is the title page because it has the same title on the front as on the page. Okay. And then there are some things. It's easier to use a book that has bigger print in it. So here's some of the things that we would ask them to do. So I would say, where do you start reading? And point to the beginning. Which way does your finger move? And it would go this way. So just kind of basic concepts of print and how to read a story. And then you can move to pages that have two lines. And the same thing. Where do I start reading? Top of the line. Which way does my finger go? Then when it gets to the end, where does it go next? It's called a return sweep. And then they would go to the end again. So, and sometimes, which I wouldn't use a book with this many words, but just to show you, there's 2 pages. So when they get to the end, where do I go next? So they would need to know, they go to the beginning of the top line and then continue to go like that. So those are just some basic things that you guys can practice. And then this is one-to-one correspondence. So seeing if they can touch each word. So on this one, I would say, how many words are there? 1, 2, 3. Again, it would be a little easier with a bigger words because they can see the spaces better. And then once they have that pretty well down, oh wait, I have another 3. Once they can do the one-to-one really well, then you can ask them, you point while I read. So they're not reading the words, they don't even have to say anything. You're reading the page and they're keeping pace with the words that you're reading. So you would read, so on and on it rolled, and see if they can touch each word as you're saying it. So, and then also just they can count it first, count how many words there are, and then read it and see if they can follow along with what you're reading. And then this is just another example of which way your finger goes when you're reading because it has more lines. So start here, go to the end, start here, go to the end, start here, go to the end. It's just getting them ready to read the story. So that was just a short little activity that you guys can do with any book on any page. If you're reading to them at night, you can stop on a certain page and ask them to follow along or count the letters. And in the beginning, before you read, ask them the parts of the book. You can mix it up as well. And that's just one of the assessments that I've done before in kindergarten that's really helpful to get them ready to read. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.